This morning I have Sunday, 10-month-old puppy from Blue and Storm. I've got him on the long line. He's here for a week with me, and I want to talk with you this morning about conditioning a response and counter-conditioning something that a dog has been taught to be conditioned to do that is wrong. So, for example, this dog was in a puppy class where they would not allow him to play with the other puppies because he would bark. So what happened was he had to go through the whole 8 weeks or however long it was watching the other puppies play while the owners were supposed to distract him with a treat, and he was behind a barrier and he was frustrated barking at the puppies for the whole time. So shame on those people that call themselves trainers. They need to find a new line of work. Now the other thing about this dog you'll notice is I already have him where he will not bark on the leash with me. I've already addressed that. But I don't know if you can see him, he is scanning, he's looking. Excuse me, I forgot my wireless mic today, but you know, he's looking at everything. Now, how do you condition a response? What I want to condition this dog is to come to me. Sunday, come. Okay. Now come means that I can get my hands all over him. And he comes to me and I can get my hands all over him, and then I'll release him. He also jumps. I don't know if he's not gonna get to jump on me. Okay, so now I just release him. He's on the long line. And the way you condition a response, the only way you can do it is you have to be able to make the dog do what you're requesting 100% of the time. So we're not using treats. We're not luring him, begging him to come to us. I'm using a long line, and what I have on him is just a slip collar made into a harness. So it went over his head and this leg is through it. So there's absolutely no way you could ever choke this dog. Sunday, come. I'm gonna bring him to me. And then this is key. You've got to get your hands all, Nikita, leave it. Nikita, leave it. All over the dog. I'd rather he didn't roll over on his back, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so. I'm just letting him run around, letting him get distracted. Sunday, come. We give the leash a little pop. Hope you're able to see that. Bring him to me. I don't want him doing this. Okay, this is from him being pushed to the ground. I don't want him pushed to the ground. I want him to stand up or sit while I touch him all over. Okay, then I'll release him. And I have him on a nice long line because I want him to feel freedom. See, now he's starting to check in with me already. See that? Good. So if he comes to me, now see how he cowers? I don't want that. I want him to stay standing up or sitting. And I wish I did a video of fixing the barking, but it was basically the same technique. Okay, let him go. Sunday, come. Now I give him a pretty good snap of the leash because it's just under his arm, and I'm just trying to jar him. And you can't say come and then do this. You have to bam, give him a little pop. Good boy. Because if you reel them in like a fish, they're never going to learn it. What you want them to do is learn to beat that pop. They don't like it. It's a little jarring. It's not going to hurt him. He's on a soft rope slip lead under one arm. But what it does is it's just kind of like a shock. Like ah. Yeah. It's not, I wouldn't use a shock collar. I don't mean it's like a shock on the shock collar. But see what's happening here? He's already tuning in with me better. So We're conditioning this dog to come when he's called. He does not come when he's called. He likes to run away, play chase. It takes me 5 minutes to catch him, to put his harness on him in the morning. When I let him out of his kennel, he's running all around, he's dodging past me. This is a game to him, but it's no fun for me. He's been doing this to his owners. See where he is now? All right, I'll walk him around a little bit, see if I can get him distracted. I think he has to go to the bathroom. I just want him to kind of forget about me for a minute. See how he's checking in with me? See, I'm not doing it over and over quickly in a quick repetition. I do it every, 30 seconds to a minute. Now, if he offers the behavior, which is he's coming to me, I'm gonna reach down, I'm gonna touch him, I'm gonna scratch him. If I wasn't talking to you, I would have said good come. All right. Come. Good come. And my hands are all over him. When you call your dog to come, you've got to be able to grab the collar or pick the dog up and get it out of danger. Now just give him some slack and let him go. If you feel like you have to say free, some people say free or whatever, I just give him slack, start walking around. Now he's distracted by the little Eskimo, but again, I'm not gonna do it right away because what'll happen is he'll stop wandering away from me. If he stops wandering away from me, I can't teach this to him. So I'm not gonna go have him get out there, then call him right to me and have him get there, call him right to me. Because pretty soon he's gonna be right here and I'm not gonna be able to train him. So I want him to kind of forget about me and become distracted. I almost called him there, but I saw that he was good. Come here. Good come. He was already, but see how he goes down and on his back? He's been pushed to the ground for ill behavior, and I don't want him to come up to me fearfully and so submissive. I just want him to come up to me confidently. I would never push a dog to the ground. He would bark, and I guess some trainer told him to push him to the ground. Never do that, because all you're doing is you are just frustrating the dog further. And you're also teaching it that you don't care about what its emotional state is. All you care about is getting it to do what you want it to do. And then the dog loses connection with you. It's barking and lunging because it was taught to do that by a trainer when it was a puppy. It's conditioned to do that. Pushing it to the floor is not counter-conditioning that. I already counter-conditioned the barking and the lunging. And that took me about 2 minutes. The first time it took me about 30 seconds, but I did it more this time with the same sort of thing as this. Good come. You see how he goes down? I don't want him to do that. There's a good come. Oh, good come. Good come, yes. See, treats are not required. In fact, treats will screw this all up. Treats tend to just cause more problems than they fix. Okay, I'll walk him on. Hey, Rush, stop eating that. Gotta babysit the rest of these dogs while I'm doing this. If I didn't have the camera here, I would just be walking all over the place doing this. See what he's doing? Good come. Yes, good come. See how he came and he sat in front of me very confidently. I'm trying to teach him by positioning his body. See, I don't tell him to sit. I don't tell him to down, any of that stuff. I just want the dog to come up to me and figure it out. Now that's not acceptable, is it? See how he just starts to go snaky on you? I just want him, see how snaky he is? I waited for him to get off me, he didn't, so I gave him a little knee. I'm waiting for him to offer something I would like. So I'm also mixing it up a little bit. Like, if you're gonna come to me on your own, you have to do it respectfully and calmly. That's good. He's standing still. Even though he was looking off, he's being still. See, I'm counter-conditioning all the jumping and the snaking around and the running off and the rolling over on his back. See this? Good. You know, this is the easiest breed of dog to train in the world, arguably. So people teach them bad habits really fast. They don't just learn the good. Now look at this. Look at the difference. See, I'm always going to scratch that chest. And when he flops down to the ground, anticipating being smashed, I'm going to get him back up. And then I'll reward that. See that? See that? I don't want that. That's been caused by him being slammed to the ground. I don't know where they get these trainers, but they all need to be fired. He's a good boy. So I want him to be confident, but I want him to be calm. Sunday, come. Good, come. Good, come. See, I got him back up. Get Storm out of here. See, he's always looking at the other dogs because I can't keep my hat on. And yeah, it says bad hair day for a reason. He's always looking to these other dogs because he doesn't really have any real connection to his owners. And that has to do with his age, being a puppy. It has to do with the training, the misinformation that they got, which created a dog that really doesn't see them as, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But see, he's always looking out into the environment for everything. And what I want him to do, Sunday, come, is look to me. Look to me for reassurance. Look for me for guidance. But this is conditioning a response. If you're going to condition a response, you have got to have control. Look at, if I let him off the leash and let him run and I called him and he didn't come, I just lost everything I just did, which means he's going to only get called while he's on a line for a long time. Hundreds of repetitions. See, he's starting to move with me better. He's starting to pay a little bit of attention to where I am because, look at that. I just kind of popped him off the Eskimo. So see, then it kind of turns into a little bit of healing. Look at that. Now see, look at this. This is with no treat. Not even a command. I'm speaking to him through the leash. And I'm going to speak with you through my rubber boot. Okay. So in order to, I mean, this is fixing so much more than just him not coming. You know, I could make a list a mile long of what this is helping. But see, still, where's he looking? Sunday, come. Good boy, good come. You know, he still has to be looking off into the environment because that's what he's been doing for most of his life. Good boy. Yeah. And there's no treats required for this. Good boy. Good boy. See, look at, people work for weeks and weeks to get their dog to look up at them, and they're using treats and clickers. You don't need any of that stuff. If you have timing, if you can be consistent, if you can be calm, if you can be patient. If you can, timing in the pop and timing in the praise. And making sure you're praising the right thing. Meaning, good look. See, he looked at me, so I'll just say, good look. If you want to teach your dog to look, he looks at me. You want to put a word to everything that he does right. Okay? Good look. Give him a little scratch. And if you scratch the chest, then that brings up their confidence. Don't come like this. Scratch that chest. See that? See, he's getting quite attentive, yawning a little bit, which is stress. He's trying to process, I'm not going to put up with his shenanigans, but more importantly, I'm showing him what I want, and look what it's creating. It's creating this calm dog. These dogs don't speak human languages. You have to show them what you want. Words are not required. I'm speaking to him through this leash. And then of course I'm saying come because I want him to be able to be off the leash and come to me when I call him. I've got too much leash now. Yeah. See, this is just evolving into, you can see how I got his attention, because as soon as I would say C-O-M-E, I'd give him that little pop, and it made him mine. It got his brain tuned in with me. So instead of just chasing him around and, getting upset with him, I'm showing him what I want. There, see, now he's not cowering down to the ground when I bend over. So this is a good first session on conditioning a response. If you're trying to condition a response, you have to be able to make the dog do it. I know this is going to have all the positive only, you can't make him do anything. You got to be able to lure him. But then what they want to do is have you starve your dog for 24 hours in a little tiny cage so it'll pay attention to you. There is no such thing as positive only dog training, people. The only way to train a dog to have a conditioned response is to do exactly what I'm doing. He can't fail at it because, Storm, leave it. Thank you. He can't fail at it because I can make him come to me with this. But the little pop at the beginning is so important. Look how nicely he's standing. I'm going to stop this video. It's probably getting pretty long. I'll have him all week and we'll do some other videos. So, hey, thanks for watching.